and welcome to today's episode of Don't Forget the Composer. Today we have a special guest composer from the 19th century that's famous for his German operas. Before we meet him, I think we should introduce today's contestants. First, we have David, who claims to be an expert of music from the Romantic era.
Thanks, Annie. It's great to be here. I'm super pumped. You know, I am an expert in composers of the Romantic era.
Okay then. Our next contestant is Nicole, who claims to have no prior knowledge of music or composers.
Hi, I'm really excited to be here. I don't really know about music, but I'll have fun trying.
Thank you, Nicole. Best of luck. Our last contestant is Pete. He says that he's a pro when it comes to operas.
Yeah, glad to be here. Pretty much studied every opera ever written, so I've got my fingers crossed that this composer has done a couple of operas.
Let's give another round of applause for all three of our contestants. Now that you're all here, let's meet our mystery composer. Today's composer is Karl Maria von Weber. For the game, we'll have our composer ask you questions about himself based on the categories that you select. Are you all ready?
Yeah! Let's do it!
Let's do it.
Okay, let the games begin, and may the odds be ever in your favor. Ladies first. So Nicole, you get to pick our first category.
Okay, I'm going to go with biographical facts for 100.
I was born in Ertin, Holstein, but I'm wondering, one, was it A, January 2nd, 2010, B, November 18th, 1786, C, April 19th, 1994, or D, December 25th, 1567?
The answer is obviously B, November 18th, 1786.
Great job, David. You get 100 points, and you get to pick our next category.
Thanks. Contributions for 300. This had better be a hard one.
Which piece provided a new model for the one-movement concerto, creating several contrasting sections? Is it A, Piano Concerto No. 1 in C major, B, Concertino for clarinet in E flat, C, Grande Potpourri for cello, or D, Concertstück in F minor?
The answer is C, Grande Potpourri for cello.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
B, Concertino for clarinet in E flat.
Wrong again.
It's A, Piano Concerto No. 1 in C major. Come on, you guys. It's not that hard.
Well, actually, you're incorrect as well. The answer is actually D, Concertstück in F minor. Since no one answered this question correctly, no one receives any points.
What? That can't be true. This question must be faulty.
It's just you, David. Pete, why don't you select the next category?
Okay, how about music for 300?
I'm wondering about what language were my operas written in. Was it A, German, B, French, C, Italian, or D, Spanish?
You wrote them in German. A. The answer is A.
Right. Karl Maria von Weber wrote his operas in German. You get to pick another category, Pete.
Told you I know my operas. Let's go with contributions for 200.
What composer finished my incomplete opera, Die Drei Pintos, which was performed in 1888? Was it A, Claude Debussy, B, Richard Strauss, C, Gustav Mahler, or D, Joseph Haydn?
I'm going to choose C, Gustav Mahler.
Correct, Nicole. What category would you like to pick next?
How about biographical facts for 300?
I became the director of the Breslau Opera in what year? A, 1806, B, 1900, C, 1497, or D, 1799?
The answer is A, 1806. Next category, music for 100.
What are my 3 most famous operas?
They are Die Freischütz, Yurian, and Oberon. See, I'm on a roll, guys.
Yeah, that is correct. You get to pick again, David.
Alright, let's go with biographical facts for 200.
Who did I study with when I went to Salzburg? Was it A, Joseph Haydn, B, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, C, Michael Haydn, or D, Gustav Mahler?
C. Michael Haydn.
Correct, Pete. 200 points for you. Okay, now we're down to the wire. David and Pete are tied for the win, and this next question will determine our winner. And don't forget the composer. Are you guys ready to answer music for 200?
Yeah, bring it.
Which one of these instruments did I not write a concerto for? A. Clarinet. B. French horn. C. Bassoon. Or D. Oboe.
It's D, oboe. That means I win.
Yes, congratulations, Pete. You win today's episode of Don't Forget the Composer. We'll see you next time.
Clarinet Concerto No. 2 in E-flat major was written in 1811, and he has 3 movements: 1. Allegro, 2. Andante con modo, and 3. Alla polacca. The orchestration of this piece is 2 flutes, 2 oboes, 2 bassoons, 2 horns, 2 trumpets, timpani, strings, and it features the solo clarinet. The first movement, Allegro, starts off with a grand statement by the orchestra. Then the strings give a virtuosic rendition of bits of the solo clarinet's melody. The clarinet soloist enters with a high F, followed by a 3-octave jump. This is a motif specific for this movement's style. The beginning of this movement is very comfortably in E-flat major, but it modulates to D-flat major. In this section, a lot of the melodic material from the clarinet is repeated. The ending of this movement is very virtuosic for the clarinet's range and expands the limits of the instrument. The second movement, Andante con modo. This movement reflects Weber's many operas by having the contrast of G minor. Weber really brings to life the rich tone of the clarinet by using very operatic phrasing in this movement. The music is very expressed through dynamic differences, especially in the clarinet melody. After the melody is stated, Weber moves the music into an orchestral section in A major, which acts as a long dominant for when the clarinet enters again in D minor. We hear more of Weber's operatic style in the next section, which is in C minor. Weber begins to use short note values, which is stylistic to his operas. From here, the orchestra goes into a G major section, which is just a reprise of the previous G major section. The clarinet enters in F major, being very virtuosic, and we hear the 3-octave leaps again before the movement goes back to the reprise in G minor. The movement ends with a short cadence and a long concert G from the clarinet. The third movement, Alla polacca. In this movement, the soloist really gets to show off his or her virtuosic technique and style on the clarinet. Originally the polacca is a slow ballroom dance, but some soloists tend to take the movement up to a faster tempo. Also in this movement, Weber uses large leaps to embellish the clarinet melody, which now consists of 16th notes. The melody is dotted and syncopated to represent the dance and style of the polacca. The movement is also in a comfortable E-flat major, but it changes fast when Weber changes it to D major through a series of diminished chords. D major is just a stepping stone into the next section, which is in F major. The original melody is being stated again, but now with elements of F sharp major entering. The movement finishes off with a very virtuosic passage made up of largely arpeggios and scalic runs in sextuplet 60 notes.